Check one, check two. Yes, yes, people. What is going down? It's MC Noble here, and I'm back again today. I'm showcasing another remix that I've started, and I've got to a level where I'm sort of like happy with it, where like I know it's something that I like that I want to continue to do. So I'm kind of like gonna showcase like sort of what I've done so far. And to be fair with you, there's a lot of tunes that I don't showcase because sometimes you have an idea for something, and sometimes if you showcase your idea, somebody better than you could be watching, and they might sort of like think, hey, that's a brilliant idea, and then they just do it 10 times better than you. But with Pretty Green Eyes, it's been remixed quite a fair few times. I mean, it was originally a Force and Styles tune, and then Ultrabeat did the Clubland version, and then there was a hardcore version of the Clublands version, which I think, if I remember right, I don't know if it was Hixie who did it, or someone did the sort of like Clubland hardcore version of it, if you like. Owlstorm's done a version of it. I even think a guy called Kel Excite did a version of it just recently as well. And it's been done a fair few times, so I'm not really too fussed about showcasing it, as it's nothing that I really think people are going to jump and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to remix that. But there again, it was something where I had a nice vocal for it, I had a good MIDI for it, so it's easy. It's a tune that can be easily hardcored, if you like. So I decided to literally hardcore it. So I've done things a little bit differently. It's not your normal, typical UK hardcore tune. It's a bit more of a sort of like modern, upfront sort of track, if that makes sense. So it's kind of got like a modern twist to it. So you've got the normal 16 bar intro with the kicks, the sneers, and then it builds up and it goes straight into the breakdown, where we're sort of greeted with some strings, if you like, which is very nice. And then it comes into this sort of like next part of the MIDI, which is kind of, again, it's got some string elements to it. It's got that like do 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 do, but it's just got a bit more to it. And then we're accompanied by the melody itself, the famous Pretty Green Eyes, with a nice little breakbeat to go nicely with it. And then it's sort of like finishes, and then it comes into the main lead, where you've got like a crowd, and then you've got this vocal that comes back in, you've got some claps that come back in, and then it builds itself up and it goes into this big heavy rolling bass, which you'll hear. So there's just like a 16 bars of rolling bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then it goes straight back into another breakdown, which is just doesn't have these strings. It's just a little bit of a shorter breakdown this time. It just gets more to the point, and then literally it's more or less just the same as the other breakdown, minus these strings, and then it builds up again, and it comes into this little bass line section, which I'm not totally certain if I like it too much just yet. I might do some adjustments here, and we've just got a 16 bar of that, and then we just literally come towards the end of the track, which I do need to sort that out just a little bit, but it's not a bad little tune actually, and I think with a little bit of work and pardon, maybe some adjustments, I reckon this could be a pretty decent remix, and it could do quite well. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how this one goes. So again, this stream, I'm just going to give you a little preview of the track, just going to give you a little play, and you can let me know what you think if you watch this live or if you're watching it after the stream. But here is the tune.
Let's ignite the full of sparkle and such light. Let me remind, she chose not to cry, but it's alright. For your lover has come home, by your side I'll always stay. You never have to be alone. 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 You never have to be alone.
Yeah, and that more or less takes you to the end. I was just thinking, I've got the bass pattern. I've actually got it wrong, believe it or not. I know it sounds quite like hard to believe, but I actually just listened there, and if you actually listen to the melody, it actually doesn't do that. So we've got to kind of, I've got to sort of like intervene a little bit here. Put that there, and then this one has got to kind of come here instead. I'm not wrong. I'm not actually wrong, except from that's got to go there. And now because I actually doubled up on the bass, so I've got to do it on both of them. The bass is going to sound so much more better in a moment, because it will actually be like in the same bass sort. It'll be in this almost like the same pattern as the other. So like now, if we have a listen,
You never have to be alone.
alright, it should have fixed itself now.
You never have to be alone.
We're still not totally there, so I think now it goes too low. So let's try a little bit of or unless no. Yes, that might work well. Right, and then we're going to do the same on the other one then, aren't we? It sounded like it went too low, do you know what I mean? So, we've just got to kind of intervene. Oh, get rid of that there. Go on. Scram. So now it should sound alright. I'm hoping. Let's try it.
You never have to be alone.
Right.
You never have to be alone. You never have to be alone.
So the bass in itself, the sound of it, I like it. I've just got to. I'm nearly there with the pattern. There's just like something that I'm just, I must be just doing something wrong. Like, like there must just be one thing that I'm doing wrong.
You never have to be alone.
The next question is, do I add the vocal back in? So do I bring that vocal back in? Like,
You never have to be alone. Pretty.
I think we could.
You never have to be alone. Pretty green lights.
Right.
You never have to be alone. Pretty green lights. You never have to be alone. Pretty green lights. You never have to be alone. Pretty green lights. For the sparkle at night. Let me remind. She chose not to cry. It's alright. For your lover has come home. By your side I'll always stay. Never have to be alone.
Alright, we're definitely getting there with it, so I'm definitely getting happier with it. It just needs a few little adjustments, a bit of work on it, bit of body, bit of structure. Sounds flat in a few places, just needs to sound a bit better in some places, but all in all, it's definitely a remix that is coming together. It's definitely sounding alright. I'm definitely liking the way it's sounding in that sense, and I'm definitely quite pleased with how it's turning out as well. And also, just before we go, cut the stream, I'm going to cut back to my normal DJing screen. So that's my normal DJing screen, as you can see it now. This, for me, was the best angle that I've ever set up, because you can see both the decks and you can see one of the turntables, and I'm just so buzzed that I got it like so right. It is a bit grainy. It needs to be a bit lighter in this room, which I do apologise about, but all in all, that is a pretty decent setup, is that. Like, it's showing the whole decks and you can see what I'm doing behind it, so I'm very buzzed with that. But anyway, please do like, comment, share, all the rest of it, and let me know what you think of this remix. What would you add to it? Which bits don't you like? Let me know.